At first glance, the mallard appears to be sporting a crimson fedora. This optical illusion is not the result of anthropomorphic fashion choices or human intervention. It is strictly biological. The structure you perceive as a hat is actually a dense cluster of specialized feathers anchored directly to the skull. Unlike loose plumage that shifts with movement, these feathers are rigid and tightly interlocked. They form a continuous, unbroken silhouette that mimics the brim and crown of headwear. This is not an accessory worn by the duck. It is an intrinsic part of its anatomy. To understand why this specific shape evolved, we must look beneath the surface to the material composition itself. The foundation of this visual signal is the crimson keratin crest. This structure is composed of modified contour feathers that have undergone significant evolutionary modification. The pigmentation is not superficial dye, but melanin-rich deposits within the feather shafts. This creates a durable, high-contrast display that remains vibrant regardless of environmental conditions. The keratin matrix provides structural integrity, allowing the feathers to stand erect against gravity and wind. This rigidity ensures the signal is visible from multiple angles. The color serves as a beacon, cutting through the green and brown hues of the wetland environment. It is a static billboard of genetic fitness. While other birds use plumage for camouflage, this duck uses it for maximum exposure. The contrast between the bright red crest and the iridescent green head amplifies the visual impact significantly. Evolutionary selection pressure favored males with more pronounced crests during the breeding season. Females consistently selected mates based on the intensity of the red coloration and the symmetry of the crest structure. This is not random preference, but a calculated assessment of health and genetic quality. The brighter the crest, the higher the likelihood of successful reproduction. Mating rituals in this species rely heavily on visual dominance displays rather than vocalization alone. The red fedora acts as an evolutionary accessory that signals aggressive capability. It warns rival males to stay away while attracting potential partners. This dual function makes the trait highly advantageous for survival and lineage continuation. What looks like a whimsical hat is actually a sophisticated tool for social stratification within the flock. The resemblance to a fedora is a coincidence of geometry, not intent. The curved brim and cylindrical crown are simply the most efficient way to pack feathers for thermal regulation and display. Our brains project familiar objects onto natural forms to make sense of complex data. We see a hat because we are conditioned to recognize headwear. The duck sees nothing of the sort. It perceives only range and visibility. The shape is a byproduct of structural necessity, not aesthetic design. Ultimately, the fedora shape is merely how human brains interpret this specific feather arrangement. It is biology masquerading as fashion, driven by the cold logic of natural selection rather than any desire for style.